Hey guys, grab yourselves a drink, a snack, or both, and let's have a chat. This time I'm gonna talk about Crazy Rich Asians. So if you're not prepared for spoilers, please check out the film and then come back and revisit this video. It's already been more than a week since the movie is out in theaters, and much has already been said and or written about the film. So I'm not gonna approach this like a movie review because I'm not a reviewer, I'm not an analyst, I'm not a critic. I'm just pretty much a nobody, but I'm just someone who enjoys watching movies. So based on all the little articles that I've read and got tired of reading eventually, just a quick take on them. If you are looking for a movie that is gonna be representative of Singapore, of Asia, then you're going to be sorely disappointed, because if you want that, you should check out a different type of film called a documentary, not a movie. Because I think a movie fundamentally is made to entertain. It's a medium of which to tell stories, right? And its primary goal is to make money for the producers and to entertain audiences so that we would pay and watch and be entertained. So yeah, if you're expecting kind of accurate representations and stuff, you're gonna be disappointed and you're gonna be very frustrated and angry like those who've written articles before. Yeah, so that's my little take. I went in this movie with very low and almost negative expectations because it's a rom-com. I expected it to be trashy. I expected it to ride purely on the hype of it being an all-Asian cast set in an exotic location, my home country, Singapore. And yeah, I expected it to be a pretty cheesy and bad movie. So when I came out, I was very pleasantly surprised. Okay, the movie delivered on all fronts pretty much, and I found myself watching and having enjoyed a very, very good film. Like, fundamentally, it was a good story and it was told beautifully. It was very well done. A story about love and all the different forms of love that can happen in life. So parental love, and of course the, between man and woman love, relationship wise. Yeah, so the different types of love and how they change, how they interact with one another. Yeah, it's the core of this whole story is love, and it's perfect that it is set in an Asian context because you can really show the family side of things, and I think it's overall a very well told story. So in my books, it's a great movie and well worth the money spent. I waited more than a week to watch because I wanted to get student price. That was how low my expectations were, and I almost didn't want to catch the film, but it simply had too much hype and I've heard good things about it that I had to watch it. The past few days, I've been watching interviews and stuff. I've been building my own hype and thinking a lot about this film, and I'm so glad that I finally caught it in theaters. Which is, one thing to note is, if you want to support, like truly support these kind of movements, right? The least you can do is to buy a ticket at whatever price and watch it in the cinema instead of waiting to pirate it. We're all guilty of that, sometimes. Yeah, so great film. I think the casting was brilliant. Very, very good casting across the board. There's only one character that I didn't like in terms of acting, but I'm not gonna say who because it's not gonna be a negative video. Again, I'm not a critic, okay? I just have my own opinions. Yeah, I just thought I want to give a shout out. I mean, good things have been said about the main cast already. Henry Golding, extremely charming man. Constance Wu, fantastic actress. You can see her range here. Aquafina stealing the scene every time she's on, and her comedic timing was really good. But I want to give a shout out, special mentions to all the aunties in the film. So Constance Wu's mom, Rachel's mom, played by Tan Keng Hua, very good actress. Awkwafina's mum, Peiklin's mum, yeah, played by Ko Cheng Man, and of course Nick Young's mum, Eleanor Young, played by Michelle Yeoh. I think these three in particular really, really did a good job playing mums, playing the auntie, the different types of aunties. Ko Cheng Man especially was especially refreshing because she was the beacon for Singlish in the whole movie. She was like the only character who openly spoke Singlish, loud and proud, you know, complete with the accent and the whole behavior at home. So it was fantastic to see her doing that. And it's been forever since I last saw her, and she's a really good actress from what I remember as a kid. So it was very nice to see her again and on the big screen. So in general, the film was something that I'm very proud of. Like, I'm so proud that my country, Singapore, is finally featured, like legit, proper feature, as one of the main locations in a Hollywood film. Not just any old, crappy, low-budget film. It's legit, you know. So I am so proud and so happy when the first shot of Singapore came, big letters, Singapore, then the whole drone or helicopter footage of Marina Bay Sands, that kind of thing. Wow, it made the country look so beautiful, and it's something that we citizens take for granted. Really, because we are so small, you can barely see us on the world map, seriously. But yet, our land is so densely populated with so much culture, so much diversity on this single plot of land, so small, so dense, which is why we complain a lot also. But yeah, this show focuses on the crazy rich side, right? The side that I don't know. So it was great to see, and I'm very happy that Singapore was portrayed so beautifully and very well shot. Something else I'm also very happy is the little touches of Singlish when they were texting all around the world, gossiping basically. So there's obviously the L-A-H part of Singlish. Everybody would hear that. Probably the first thing that they notice is la. And in the top left-hand corner, there's a little speech bubble near the end that had alamak, which just brought a smile to my face. It was a very nice touch, and thank you for putting that in. Yeah, so next was the food. Yes, Singapore, the food is a big highlight for me, and I think for many Singaporeans. So I'm very happy that they focused a lot of shots on the cooking styles by all the hawkers in Newton Food Centre. Although it was just a short montage, I think it was a very nice touch to the film to give homage and to kind of respect our food culture a little bit. And just to let you know, that was only just a glimpse of the type of food that we have here. We have so much more on offer, and yeah, that is the good stuff. You know, I'm clearly overlooking the fact that they drove around the highway on an jeep, on an open-air jeep, which really, honestly, I'm sure you've already heard, doesn't happen in Singapore. Like, it would have been much nicer if they just stuck to a convertible, but whatever, they just want to portray even more luxury, so that's fine. People having a good time, that's fine. Yeah, so what I really enjoyed the most about the film is the final arc. So from the wedding onwards, pretty much. So the wedding itself, the soundtrack, Kina Grannis's cover of Can't Help Falling in Love was perfect, and the whole scene was shot so beautifully. I don't know what other word to use. It was beautiful. I mean, the wedding was lavish, yes, but I'm focused more on the intricacies of the acting and the emotions they must be feeling in the characters. So while everyone's swooning over Nick Young's like the mouthing of "I love you" to Rachel, right? I am more concerned about the females. So Rachel Chu, played by Constance Wu, right? So Rachel's tears as she whispered, as she mouthed back "I love you" to Nick, had so much different meaning, but the same phrase. Like, the guy proposed to her and is just looking forward to getting married to the love of his life, right? A normal girl, different from every other woman that he's met and hung out with. That was a very pure, loving "I love you." But for her, when she said "I love you," it's so different. She's about to make a huge sacrifice on her part because of love. It's the selfless "I love you." And it was incredibly emotional, backed with that wonderful song by Kina Grannis. So that was so heavy. And then they also had a little shot of Gemma Chan. Astrid is a character, also like pretty much crying because she is on the brink of divorce with her husband who was cheating on her. Extremely ridiculous reason, which I'll get into later. So yeah, this final arc starting from the wedding was the highlight for me. Like before this, it was all fine. It was all very casual, very chill, very kind of predictable. I love the vibes. Beautiful, again, beautifully shot film. But the ending was when it got so heavy, so emotional, and so much more impactful. Like, that's me looking at the little things, and trying to observe the actors and actresses and how they perform their craft, right? Because I'm a dreamer. Yeah. So after that, what happened? The next scene, obviously, I had hoped that the conflict at Marina Bay Sands, no, Gardens by the Bay, yeah, Gardens by the Bay. I hope that reveal would have been taken a little bit longer, rather than it being so abrupt. Like, grandmother wants to see you, then bam, just the immediate truth reveal. It felt a little bit abrupt and quick, a little too quick. But the emotions that they portrayed were so good, so realistic and believable. That was key. Then after that is the mahjong scene. Fantastic. The mahjong scene. There's a lot to go through in the mahjong scene, which I didn't think of. Okay, but my friend, my senior, actually wrote a little piece about it on a Facebook note. I think I'm gonna link it in the description below. You can go check it out. I'm gonna reread it again because watching it, with a simple mind allows you to enjoy the film as it is. But when you delve a little bit deeper to find the meanings and intricacies, the nuances that the director and all the actors have put in, then you realize filmmaking is so powerful in telling messages and stories and trying to drive points across in very, very, very cute, very subtle but clever ways, and it's incredibly impressive. So I'm going to link that article down about the mahjong scene, just the mahjong scene. There's so much subtext that I think you should check out. Yeah, the only thing I wished in that mahjong scene was that it was longer. As they were, I think the script there, from then on, that script was so wonderfully written. I was tearing up then, like I refused to like let it all out because there were kids like right next to me. I was watching it alone, but there were strangers around. It was very embarrassing, right? So yeah, I was tearing just hearing Rachel speak, give her final stance and make her final decision of love, right? Wow, wow. I don't know why. I'm not the kind who normally cries or tears up, but somehow that scene hit me so hard in the feels. I'm not sure if it's because it's Asian and I'm Asian, but I can't say that I completely relate because I'm not rich. I'm not even attached. So I don't have to make that kind of decision, that sacrifice for my loved one. So I don't know why I started tearing. It was uncontrollable. I just felt so sad for the character. So I can only say that it's brilliant acting from Constance Wu, and of course Michelle Yeoh. Wow, right? Yeah, and the script also just very well written, well delivered, and just hit me so hard. It hit me so hard. Yeah, I would love to watch it again just for the ending, from the wedding onwards. I would love to watch it again. The only drawback is that I have to pay at least another $7, which kind of sucks. Because I'm not rich, a little bit crazy, but I'm not rich. Yeah, so that scene was super impactful, and I really just wished it was longer, that they took even more time just let all the emotions out. Then maybe I would go into a full-on, tear down my cheek kind of cry. But wow, yeah, that scene made the film for me, really. Then after that, Gemma Chan, Astrid, had her moment, which I'm like, yo, women represent woman power. Because Pierre Peng, Michael or Mikey, whatever his name was, explained his reason for having an affair earlier, and it was ridiculous. He was just being a real coward, as as Astrid put it very, very eloquently. And well, when she delivered her punchline, was like, "What? I can't make you feel like a man. It's not my job to make you feel like a man. I can't make you what you are. You are not," or something like that. I was like, "Oh, girl, snap, 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 snap. Give it to him, girl. You laid the smack down well and good, and he deserved it. Like, completely deserved it." So Gemma Chan, wow, the whole movie, her character just exudes grace, poise, elegance, just mesmerizing. I mean, she's beautiful, but her voice though, wow. Huge fan of the voice. Speaking of voice, let's talk about Henry Golding. He is such a good leading man. And this is when I'm starting to talk about things outside the film already, okay? Because I've been watching some cast interviews, right? And I've been noticing like Henry Golding and the way he carries himself. It's extremely classy, and I respect where he's come from, and his humility through it all is something all superstars, all names, all big names, influencers should aspire to. Instead of being, rich and haughty and arrogant, this guy keeps it cool, keeps it real, and he's very humble. That's very nice to see. That's part of his charm. That's what makes him so charming as well. Besides his obvious good looks, great height, and his beautiful deep voice with a nice British accent, makes him such an attractive young man. He's only 31. And come to think of it, when I heard him talk about his whole career, how he got into this role, almost serendipitous really. But it's not that he didn't have talent. No, at least he backed it up with a wonderful performance to show that he really is a talented man, born to be a star, born to entertain audiences. And I'm so happy that he is representing Southeast Asia, at least. He's a Malaysian Englishman, I believe, mixed blood. So yeah, well done, man, well done, sir. I am, to put it negatively, I am very jealous, I'm very envious of your career path, at least, because when I think about it, at my age, so 5 years ago approximately, right? So he was already hosting travel shows, being a pretty successful host, making a decent name for himself. And I'm like, damn, that's what I would love to do. And now he's a movie star, a big leading man. And I'm like, that is exactly what I dream of. So does that mean I gave myself 5 years for my lucky break? I don't know. But it is very unfair to just attribute it and boil it down to just a lucky break, right? Having the right context. I mean, those help, but you kind of have to be prepared for that moment, for when the opportunity strikes. You have to be prepared to take it. So instead of feeling too sorry for myself, which I was really, like I was wondering, like, this brings me back to my previous conversation, right? About not being good enough, about being bad at what you dream, right? Being bad at what you love. So for example, I think I suck at acting. Like, honestly, I think I'm really bad. And I'm not even that great a host, probably. I mean, when you watch the videos, how engaged are you? I don't know. Or when you watch me host events, how good am I? I'm not sure. I like to think that I'm okay, at least average, or above average in Singapore at least. I really hope so. But the only person who can really judge it is the audience. And I really don't know yet. Yeah, especially for my acting, I really don't know. I actually have experience in theatre as part of my university course, one of the modules, right? Theatre production. I can link the whole play matinee and evening shows in the description below. So if you have time, maybe just go check it out. If you want, you can just fast forward to certain scenes with me, and I would love to hear your feedback on how bad I am. Yeah, so I think my flaw is in my expressions. Like, I suck at conveying different emotions. I am only good at giving a straight face and angry, maybe kind of intensity, which makes me so flat and one-dimensional. So this is a topic. Okay, the whole acting topic shall be another video, okay? But now, yeah, I was just feeling a little bit sorry for myself when I look at Henry Golding. I am not even a Henry Silvering or Bronzing, you know, I'm Henry Nobody, you know. And here I am, dreaming to achieve his career trajectory. But realistically, that's not gonna happen, at least not anytime soon. So I can only hope, but in the meantime, start to work on myself. So my action plan, at least for starters, is to get in better shape, because I've been letting myself go quite a little bit. So at least I want to be fit, you know, physically fit. Even if I don't look that fit, I want to be fit and kind of strong for my size. So that is my immediate action plan, I guess. In terms of acting, it's a little bit difficult for me to get the time, especially September is a little bit packed. 2 weeks out for reservist national service duties. And then October I start my new job. So it's gonna be difficult to make it work, but I still have YouTube. Hopefully during the weekends I can make things happen. October onwards. That is something I really need to push myself towards. Being ready to try and achieve my dream. It sucks because I feel like it could die, you know, this dream could die, but at the same time I'm hanging on, like I really want to hang on. And I'll talk more about this in the acting conversation, probably. Yeah, so I think that's about it for Crazy Rich Asians and my thoughts, my feels about the whole thing. It's very personal, I think. Yeah, overall, a lot of feelings about this film. That's why I feel the need to talk about it. Otherwise, I wouldn't bother, because I don't want to contribute to the, you know, it's becoming noise, you know, all the reviews and critiques of this film. People thinking too much, you know, from about you can't fire a bazooka in Singapore. It's not even in Singapore, it's on international waters. But yeah, whatever. Made me feel very proud of this film, of my country, of my homeland. Gives me hope that more doors will be open for Asian actors, like Asian actors. Yeah, I hope more productions come to Singapore, open casting calls, and maybe I would revive my hopes of being an actor. Yeah, so silly, it sounds so stupid. Like, after hearing myself say, it sounds so stupid, but I guess that's what dreams are. I don't know. Wow, okay, I'm so sorry. The video just cut itself after reaching like 20 plus minutes of recording. But yeah, as I was saying, it sounds so silly, but that's what dreams are. You have to dream big, right? After all, otherwise what's the point? You won't have a very nice goal to achieve and nothing to look forward to. Yeah, so that's my dream, my silly dream. That one day, maybe Robin Lowe will be on a poster of like some superhero movie as the lead, as the hero, or as some romantic lead in a new rom-com, a good rom-com please, in future, or some comedy, making people laugh. Anything. Walk down the red carpet. Hello. But it's gonna be difficult, especially with this not so charming look, not Henry Golding look, not Henry Golding voice. Yeah, it's gonna be a tough journey. But I guess I'm still young. I shouldn't pressure myself that much, or I shouldn't lose hope entirely. And yeah, I think once again, go back to the immediate action plan. Look the part first. So I gotta get in better shape at least. At least lose this freaking love handles by first implementing exercise back into my daily routine or my weekly routine. Because I am not quite ready to sacrifice all the delicious food in Singapore just yet. And yeah, so get my look in shape and of course keep the YouTube thing up. I have some plans. Hopefully I can get them going over the weekends as time goes by and slowly release them. I plan to showcase more of Singaporean food, or rather food that you can get in Singapore, which I don't think many people cover. And in fact, there aren't many Singaporean vloggers, so hopefully people might be interested in the types of food places that we have. And hopefully I can be the one who will lead the way in a very real setting, raw, unedited, mostly, type of eating videos. Very inspired by Strictly Dumpling or Mike Chen. Go check out his channel. Wonderful personality. I hope to be something like that. Yeah, but in Singapore, because I can't travel that much, that often, I don't have the money. Once again, I'm a little bit crazy, but not rich. But yeah, hopefully, someone someday out there would see me and give me a chance to be in Hollywood. Someone might find me charming. Gosh, what the hell? Okay, this dream is going on a little bit too far-fetched. It's silly, okay? Stop dreaming too much. Stop daydreaming and start working. I think that's key. Start working. So yeah, Crazy Rich Asians. This is my crazy, very messy roundup review talk about my feelings and opinions. I believe I've said all this before. So yeah. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for joining me in this conversation. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, listening to me. Hopefully you guys have your thoughts and you would share them with me as well. And until next time, bye-bye.